45. I think I've got some passenger transfers from one flight, but all the other transfers from 418. Why don't we contribute to your ground FIF stuff?
Hi, this is the Chesapeake and I'm here with Mark in his Ilur. So everything's weird and American. And this, just look at it, this is extraordinary. I had not expected it to look like this. I'd heard of the Chesapeake as being a place, a very popular place to sail in the States, but I hadn't expected it to look like Sweden. This could be the Baltic Sea, other than all the houses would be red. But other than that, very little tidal range. It's extraordinary.
The dome and spire in the distance is the Maryland State House in Annapolis.
Yeah. Maybe we could jibe and sail further out.
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll do that.
Yeah, we want to get beyond that quite.
Mark's Ilur has a balanced lugsail rather than the simple fisherman's boomless sail I have on my Avel Dro.
Sailing on the Chesapeake is kind of it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get freshwater sailing conditions, and then once you get out in the bay, you get often quite oceanic sailing conditions because you're not far from the Atlantic Ocean, really. I'd shake that reef out.
Well, I'd shake it out now.
I hit the head by the yard. Good thing I had my hand up. And we have the boat.
I'm back from the States in my garden in Douarnenez, and I just thought it would be worth explaining why I went there. I went there because I'm president of the Dinghy Cruising Association, and various local chapters of the association in America wanted me to come and see them, wanted me to give various talks about the association, and I started down in Maryland and worked my way up the East Coast as far as Maine. I have an assistant here who is going to show you a map. So that is the whole of the United States of America, just so you know.
I started down here. This is Maryland, and there is a big inlet that goes up to Washington DC, the capital of America. And that is where I started, and then I worked my way all the way up this coast up to Maine, up here.
One of my main appointments in Maryland was to give a talk in the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum in St. Michael's. The chief boat builder there took us round the workshops where the boats in the exhibition were being maintained. The historic craft of the Chesapeake are gorgeous, and it was interesting to see how they were maintained.
For quite a long time, this boat sailed and was owned by a Caribbean sort of eccentric guy. He used it for all sorts of things. He took very good care of the vessel, and he restored the boat using Caribbean hardwood. Yeah, so underneath of the loft floor, we are starting a loft.
The boat builder has a pretty little Charpie of his very own, and the next day he came and sailed it across the Miles River with us. We were joined by a local in a sailing canoe who had towed it to the museum behind his garden tractor.
I took a couple of photographs. I'm sending them to Maryland. So beat him, but I didn't win the race.
Yeah, actually, the wind is really nice for us, right?
Yeah, we can sail right out of here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's making way on us.
Uh-oh. Sailing canoe. I gotta get him.
Oh yeah, that's a gorgeous little canoe.
Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum faces on to the narrow Miles River. It was this sheet of water we sailed across in a fleet of little boats to land on the beach of an island on the far side. This is one of the two Caledonia yawls slipping along very nicely in the light air. In the gentle tides of the Chesapeake, we simply pulled up our boats on the beach, laid out the anchors and left them there without worry of them drying out.
How about not? How about I just leave?
No, I said...
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to make patterns or anything. If it's I mean, even like this is...
I was particularly impressed by this adorable Hirschov Coquina dinghy.
So the design is from 1889 and was the personal boat of Nathaniel Harrishoff, America's greatest naval architect. There was only one built originally, and then several years ago, Maynard Bray and a couple other boat builders up in Maine, they made the plans available, and there was an article about it, and I immediately bought the plans and spent several years building it off and on. And Maynard wrote this great article about it, saying it would be a great camp cruiser, and sure enough, as soon as I got in the water, I thought, this thing is amazing.
There is no tiller. Instead, the rudder is controlled by ropes running round the cockpit to pulleys at the stern.
So these are all bronze, made by our friend Jim Reinick, these pulleys. But people think it's very strange, but I will tell you from experience that you sail with it for 2 hours and it comes completely natural to you. And the beauty is you can be up in the bow.
Yeah, and still steer.
On the sail back, I finally had a chance to helm one of those slippy Caledonia yawls.
Is, I think, owned by the museum.
Oh, right.
I think they take people out on tour.
And then, as so often after a sail, there was a chance to relax with a couple of beers. As well as visiting local DCA members all up the eastern seaboard of America, I also took the chance to visit various local boat builders, including the very impressive Chesapeake Lightcraft in Annapolis. Chesapeake Lightcraft build complete boats and also provide kits and have an impressive computer cutting machine for plywood. Despite the political differences of modern times, Americans still retain a deep pride in their country. I witnessed this at a concert in a very ordinary town square.
This is a free concert for you guys. So thank you, sit back, enjoy the tunes of Gary and the group.
Bob, who had been showing me around and was equally as proud of American food, wanted to take me out for a classic American meal. So we went to the local saloon. Unfortunately, their kitchen was closed because it was so hot. It was over 100 Fahrenheit, and so we went to the restaurant next door instead. Here Bob had fish and chips, but I had to have something American.
You have a little American flag stuck in mine.
I don't even know how to eat it.
I think knife and fork was a good choice.
Yeah, sorry, I'm holding the fork the wrong way for the Americans, but, you know. It's actually quite sweet. It's sort of, it's like it's got honey, but then it's got sort of peppery sauce as well. And it's chicken on a waffle with sliced strawberries.
On the western shore of the Chesapeake is the Calvert Marine Museum. Brian took me around.
Our building is falling apart.
Oh dear.
You'd appreciate this as an architect, and I've enjoyed watching your videos, putting your house together. So here we got one log canoes, right?
Yeah.
This was actually the first boats that our boat building group built back in 1981.
Mm-hmm.
And these are both out of the same log. So these are, supposed to be an indigenous canoe, and this is like a colonial canoe. This is a 2-log boat. You can see that's basically just made out of 2 large logs. Originally built 1870, and then she had a motor in it at one point. This is a 3-log boat. You can kind of see where the 3 logs were joined there.
Yeah.
And then again, if they needed a little more freeboard, you could build it up on the side with some planks. Here we have a 5-log bottom boat. And again, you can see with several planks on each side to increase the freeboard.
Brian leads a team of volunteers who work on the museum's boats, and I was taken round their appealing workshop.
Ed and I we're the 2 officers. I'm the president. Ed is the secretary-treasurer of our group. Yes, our main gig is we take care of all of the museum's boats. When we're not taking care of the floating fleet, we build boats for the museum, like this one. And then we also build boats for customers.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the museum's boats that we're doing a restoration on because she's been in the water for about 20 years. Her bottom was gone and the keel, so we're putting a new keel and bottom on it. We do a lot of these wood and canvas canoe restorations as well.
Yeah, I can see.
We really enjoy doing these.
Yeah.
This one actually belongs to a customer, and he brought it in, and we're just doing a few jobs on this.
Soon the volunteers arrived and were briefed by Brian.
So today, this is Harper Barnes, all the way from Douarnenez, France. He's going to tell us a little bit about what he does, and I think you will all enjoy that.
Do you remember that saloon that wasn't open for dinner? Bob and I went there for breakfast just before we took his boat back across the river to the slipway. This was as close as I felt I was ever going to get to a full English breakfast in America.
This part of the U.S. has got a lot of trees.
We walked to the boat through a wooden shacked suburbia, decorated with many stars and stripes.
Okay, so this is Bob. I'm going to start my own YouTube channel. My first guest is Roger Barnes. How you doing today, Roger?
I'm doing fine, thank you, Bob. Very nice to be out on the Chesapeake.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so you've eaten anything interesting recently?
I had chicken on waffle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sort of deep fried chicken on waffle. That was interesting. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
It's a whole new scene. It's one thing to know American cuisine, because obviously we've all been to McDonald's, but there's depths to it unimagined by us mere Europeans. Strange depths involve waffles and chicken. Yeah.
There's our friend with the oyster dredging rig coming up.
Walk with me. Let's leave the past behind. Walk with me. There's something else we need to find. Say you'll go, don't make me wait. There's no need to hesitate. Let's make footprints in the sand. Let's make miracles. Come hold my hand. Let's find something new.